If you're a packaging manufacturer, distributor, or retail, you know that there are a lot of things that are going on in the marketplace that can prevent you from making any kinds of money or being able to stay around for the longest time. So the best strategy is to be able to increase your price continuously and professionally and keeping your customers. Now I'm going to show you how you can do that so that hopefully you can make a lot of money. So now there's two ways to do this. We have the fast way and we have the long way. Of course, the fast way is associated with risk and harder inherently, and long way is going to mean safer and easier for sure. But before we actually get into that, the definition of the money itself in terms of business is that the value that you provide to your marketplace or the level of the problem that you solve for your target audience. The bigger the problem, of course, the more money you can charge. So now imagine that you or your business is connected to two things or in two ways, let's say. One way is the partnership and the other way is your customers. If you're a distributor, for example, your partnership with your manufacturer is going to be your partnership connection, and the customer side is going to be the connection where you actually charge money for your product, for example. And the cost of your business, some part of it is coming from the manufacturer, and the price of your product is coming from the customers who pay you. So what we want to do is to maximize this gap between the cost and the price of your business, because we want to maximize profit. We don't want to maximize revenue. If you're $1 billion business and your cost is like $999 million, it's like 1 million is left gross profit for your business. That doesn't mean anything for your business. So we're maximizing profit, not maximizing revenue. So how can you do that? One way is directly ask your customers about their pain, right? Imagine that you have 100 customers. Your whole customer base is 100 customers, and you look at the top 5 or top 10 who are paying you the most profit wise. The top 5 or the top 10, look at their one or two common traits that they have with each other. For example, they might be like most of them are the warehousing companies in the eastern side, and their revenue is at above $1 million. And most of them have like so many problems that they're solving for their customers as a package. And for example, A, B, C, you solve C, and they have like A, B, D, C, F, and so on as a package for their own customers. And but they're not paying you necessarily. They're paying other companies to bring that to their business so that they can provide that value for their own customers. So that's the money that you are losing there. I'm not talking about 10%, 20%, like 5x, 10x. What is stopping us from 10xing our product price? So again, the best way to do this is like top 5 or 10% of your customer base. What's their common trait that they have, and look at their service that they are providing. One of them is yours for sure, and what makes them stick with you, why they are just they can't leave you and made you this much money. And for sure you will find some ways to actually provide more value. And the best way to do this is reach out to them and literally ask your customers, how can we provide more value, or what's the next big thing that you want us to solve for you. If you don't want to reach out to your customers, you can run surveys on the social media, or you can join groups in Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, and directly ask the targets that you just found within your the top percent of your customer base this same exact question, that if we solve this, would you pay us this amount? And the question is going to be a yes or no question. If most of them said yes, more than 80%, you should definitely do that. So let's talk about the fast way. How can you increase your pricing very fast? I'm talking like right now to like, in 2 months or 3 months. That's really fast. 2xing, 5xing the price, not like, 10% higher. That doesn't, do anything with your, customers, to your customers. So the best way to do this is like, yes, for sure, you will lose some customers, but you want to make more profit, not more revenue. So the best way to do this is like top 10 customers. What's their problem? We're working our business towards that and solve more problem for the top 10 instead of like because we don't want to lose customers. We're not going to change ourselves or to change the company for the better. And once you found that out, you can reach out to your previous customers. It's like new customers and the current customers. The current customers are paying you like, for example, $100, and you want to go to $200. And for new customers, you can't just change it or just like literally right away. It's like, this is the price, pay us. Or you can add two or three buckets of pricing. The first bucket is going to be 100. The second one is like 101, 70, and the third one 200. Or just play with the psychology of pricing the buckets so that you can have them choose the most profitable bucket, which is the last one. And for your current customers, you can give them a grace period and saying that like, hey, Mr. X, hey, Mr. John, for example, this is your customer, reaching out to him and saying that, hey, by the way, we are increasing our pricing. Don't worry, it's not going to affect you, right away. We have a 3 month or like 6 months grace period so that you're safe. Because you're loyal to us, we want to actually, give you a heads up so that you can brace them before you change the price, so that they can see that your company is changing pricing, but not right away, but in just longer period for them, so that they can make decisions based on whether to stay with you or not, and something like that. But believe me, the top 5, the top 10% of your customers will stay with you. They don't care, right? If you 5x the pricing, the top 5 usually will stay with you. So that's why you want to focus in that specific region, and you don't want to serve everyone. So what are the fast ways? You have added value, you have perceived added value, and you have guarantees. Let's talk about the added value. The added value is something like your target company is solving A, B, C right up to like G, for example, and you're solving C, and you could provide like B and D as well. That would mean the direct added value to their business, which you will release the pain from their company so that you can charge more. The example is imagine that you're a anti-slip sheet company. These sheets will prevent the boxes from falling from a moving truck or a moving vehicle. And what you're trying to do is that figure out what your target audience pains are. And usually, the target audience for these kind of companies are the labor costs and the person who is responsible for the forklift, the person who's responsible for just picking up the boxes and unloading, and there is going to be another process for the tapes and labels, and all the process is going to be like, most of them is labor cost. And what you're trying to do is solve the problem like crazy. It's like a bold claim, so that it's going to stand out by its own, so that they would see an instant profit from your offer. Example is that reaching out to these guys saying like, hey, what if we solved labor cost and made it free for you guys, but the price is going to be this. For example, you're charging 2K a pop, now you're charging 3,500 or 4K, right? So pop, and the labor cost is going to be free for them if they choose like that 3,500 or 4K. and they would know that the labor cost on their own is going to cost more than 4,500, 5K or something like that. They would know that they will instantly profit from this particular thing. If the answer is yes from them, you just go back to your partnerships and trying to come up with an offer which is good for both sides. That means for your partners, the offer should be compelling for you as well and for your customers, which you have asked. For example, if you charge 4K and you're planning to actually double the price, and you go back to your partners and say that I don't know, find a company, a laboring company whose target audience is exactly like yours, and say to them like, hey, John, again, John, I don't know, John, what if we solve the marketing problem, or and we just gave you free customers in exchange for 70% discount for your laboring cost, right? So if they said yes to that, that's going to be awesome. If they said no, it's just going to be the calculation. So the more you calculate for them, it's just going to be better for you and them as well. You have to come up with a very powerful offer that they are going to say yes. So how can you resolve that situation? For example, they are spending like 3K, 5K budgets on their own marketing to reach out to the same identical target audience that you are reaching out to. And if you are doing the same and you have those customers, or you are getting those customers, you are basically calculating in front of them that you save 100% of your marketing budget, which is the 5K, and plus the management and all the tools that you are using. And probably because that you are doing this, you're getting 30% because they are giving you 70% discount. They are giving 30%, and they are saving 100% of their own market or customer acquisition cost, which is a huge part of the deal for their revenue generation. So in this way, their own ROI is going to increasingly get close to, if not more than, 70% discount that you're asking in return. Example is that that could be like the 5K per month budget for their marketing efforts could be like 70% savings on their own customer acquisition, 75% on their own labor costs. That means if you ask for 70%, they still make 5% profit from your partnership together. So that means like that's a pretty much good deal for them to say yes to that. But if that's a no, you probably can come up with ways to just make sure that you can find the bottlenecks of two businesses that really overlap each other, that that you guys are spending the same amount of money to run your own businesses, and reaching out to your partner or your potential partners, saying that, hey, instead of working against each other, we should work together, because our offer is going to be a lot more powerful in this way. You don't have to get the customers. I get the customer. You give me 70%. And your new offer for your customers is going to be free labor, but at like 3,500 and 4K. How is that going to help you? Because you're paying 30% of the cut to your partners. That means you have to at least raise your pricing by 30%, which you are. You have added 100% to your business, and that your customer's cost is going to be like 5K. You are asking for 4K, and your partners are getting like 30% of 4K is 1,200, right? And the rest is yours, literally, which is $800. It just literally is yours, and you haven't changed anything. You just got the labor from your partner, and you raise the price to a level that that your customers are paying more to get that from the marketplace, so that if they chose you, they will stick more with you, because managing one company is a lot easier than like 2, 3, 4 companies together. So now, what's the perceived value of raising your price? people are responding to based on the psychology and based on the how it's like looks like in front of them, based on the scarcity, emergency, or the psychology of your pricing or your business. Examples are, if you can't make more than like 3 packaging machines, considering that you are a packaging machine company, and you're building packaging machines, and you can't make more than 3 packaging machines, you should say them. You just say them in front of them, like, hey, by the way, we are running out of these things because we can only make 3. That makes it more scarce. Supply, demand. If you limit the supply and have the demand fixed, is going to have the perceived value of that your thing is actually expensive or valuable. That's why they are willing to pay more. And all these strategies are going to work for the top 10% of your customers. You don't want to serve everyone. You want to serve the kind of people that for sure is going to pay you a lot of money, or who is willing to pay you a lot of money, and at least 2x. If you just 2x your price, tomorrow they will stay with you still. That's the kind of company that you want to serve more, rather than just serving everyone, because you don't want to lose revenue, because revenue doesn't matter, right? Profit matters. And the emergency is going to be like for example, we're going to run out, or we have a 3-day challenge or 3-day discount or whatever, and you could raise the price. I'm not saying you should necessarily do that, but most of the companies actually raise the price before they give any discounts, or you give coupons in return, or as a thank you for just get them to buy from you at that particular pricing. For example, if you have 2 pricing, one, the core product, the second one is going to be the core product plus something else, which is like their the next big thing that you're solving. If you give them a coupon like 10%, 15%, not only that you have upfront the cash, but you have made sure that they're going to buy again. This is the most undervalued way for you to actually utilize this as a perceived value, that your thing is going to be valuable, because they're going to buy from you again, because they want that 15%. And for sure, if you just fuse all of these together, the added value and the perceived value and the guarantees, which I will get to, it's just going to deliver a very, very strong message on why you rose your price, so that people are going to stay with you. So the psychology of that is going to be, you could raise your price, like jump into the new price for your new customers, or just can give them 3 buckets, right? And the 3 buckets go something like this: the core thing, the core product that you sell, like the same price at the marketplace, that's the market, and you want to go higher or lower. And as long as you're staying like within the marketplace, that's going to be fine. Some people or some customers are going to buy from that first bucket. And the second bucket is going to work as an anchor for the third one, in this way that, imagine if the first bucket is $100, the second bucket is going to be $170, and the third one is going to be $200. You double the price, but the second one is going to act as an anchor for the third one, meaning that the first thing is going to be the core thing, second thing is like the core plus one thing, and the third thing is going to be the core thing plus all these stuff, the best that you can do. And all the partnerships and the affiliates that you got, you put it on the third one, and the psychology behind it is going to be like, the customers are going to see that and go like, I get like these 2 from the bucket number 2, but I get all of these from bucket number 3, but the pricing is just a little bit different. You motivate them to choose the bucket 3, which is the most profitable thing for you. Now the third one is going to be guarantees, which is this is my favorite. This is my favorite part of the business, because you are bringing the future towards yourself with guarantees, because not everyone is going to trust you with whatever claim that you're going to give them. That's why they need guarantees. If you put in a very strong guarantee, it doesn't need to be necessarily a refund. a strong guarantee that you know is the best place for your business to actually give this specific guarantee, is going to mean a lot for your customers. The guarantees is basically going to work as a moderator for your business that is going to incentivize your customers to take action faster. Let's break down the full refund, like 100% money back guarantee math behind it, so that you can actually see you cannot be resentful from the people who actually leave you. You should break down the math. If the math checks out, you should definitely do that. Imagine that you have you implement a full refund guarantee to your business. Before the implementation, you have 100 customers, and right after that, you are going to go up to, let's say, 130. Okay, but the churn, which is the number of people who actually leave you by the end of the year or by the end of the month, is like before is going to be 5%. Right after that, right after you make this, you put this guarantee, it's going to be 10%. Like the churn is going to be double. With 100 people and 5% are leaving you, that means 95 customers you get to keep. With 130, you have 10%, that means 13 people leave you, which is 117. And 117 over 95 is going to be 1.23x. That means you just increased your revenue by just 23% with just one single guarantee. I'm talking about refunds for sure, and you should see what works for your business. It could be a warranty, it could be, I don't know, a free shipment for the free batch that we're going to send if we do not reach, like, within 2 weeks. If our batch doesn't get to you, we're going to send another batch or something like that. If your customers are time sensitive, you want to make the guarantee around time, saying that if it doesn't get to you at X time, you will get Y, right? If they are really care about the results, you make the guarantee around results. Make it a result-based guarantee, which is, if this doesn't happen, we work free, or we do this specifically to just remove your risk. Now let's talk about the long way. Of course, the long way is going to be safer and easier for you, because if you spent 30 years on something and did not quit, you will absolutely make a lot of money, one, and you can raise your price. But that's not necessarily the case, because we have seen like businesses who are like 70 years old, but they haven't gone to $1 million in revenue, not even in profit. So that's not necessarily the case, but most of the time that's the case, because the leverage that you get from the age of your company or the branding of your company is going to speak a lot for your business. And this gets me to the next level on my talk, which is branding. Brand means a lot more than any other thing that you can do. So the long-term goal is going towards branding your company or becoming a personal brand to your business, so that you can charge the highest. Look at Nike. Nike's shoes or Nike's products doesn't necessarily, it's not, yes, it's a very good quality, but it's the branding behind Nike that people just don't question it. The pricing. They don't care about the price. They just want the thing. Why? Because because the Aunt Kathy just buys from Nike, or my friend does that, or it's just the word of mouth and the referrals is so high. Their cost of acquisition is so low that they don't need to do a lot of marketing. And another example is Amazon. Amazon have walked the same path, and they just work slowly, and it took them like decades to become a brand, a big brand, so that they can actually charge whatever they want. For sure, at some points, their LTGP over CAC is actually more than 100 or even 1,000. We have seen reports on their customer acquisition that their lifetime gross profits over the cost of acquiring their own customer is more than 1,000. So that's due to the brand itself, right? You could mess up the whole thing, but you still, if you're still a brand, you can get your own way. So the long-term thing is that, for example, if you're a product-based packaging industry and you want to, and your target audience is like, for example, care about the speed of delivery to their warehouse or location. Yes, for you, you have to raise money to open new locations across the nation so that you can deliver faster. Amazon has a warehouse and a location close to Vegas, and you once you just order something on Amazon, you get the thing within a couple of hours. So the bottom line for that is like the long, yes, for sure you want to work long term to get to branding so that you can charge so much higher than your cost so that your profits allows you to take more risks. But you can't wait decades just doing that and you say, okay, we're fine, I don't want to do anything else. So the best way to do this is like combine the two, doing fast and slow long term so that you can get your goal at an optimal pace.